Still never know how to start them. Welcome back.
We're in a new venue.
Yeah, the other part of my living room. We just wanted to catch up. We said we'd try and do a podcast every week,
We've failed.
which we failed at already. But we just wanted to keep you up to date with what we've been doing, let you know about the feedback that we've got from you guys as well, and how we've been implementing that, and making sure the platform is the best version of itself at its current state. So yeah, thank you for all the support. Thank you for everyone who's now created and built their own front galleries that are now selling their prints. We've had dozens of orders in now.
Yeah. Quite a few sign up already. Like, we're in the hundreds
Yeah.
of how many people, can't remember exactly.
And how many photos have we got on there now?
Oh yeah, it was
Close.
we're close to 800 images have been uploaded, which is great. There's people who've uploaded images that haven't actually published their gallery yet. So
So I suppose this video is just a little bit of an update, let you know about what we've done, what we're going to be working on. But that you just said about publishing, so I feel like that's a good area to start. Make sure that when you are creating your front galleries, that you are hitting that publish button and making sure that your gallery is going live, so you can share it with your friends and family and supporters and actually sell your photography prints.
Yeah, obviously it doesn't go live if you don't press publish. I'm wondering, we've got a few people who signed up and they haven't published anything yet. They've maybe uploaded photos, but they haven't published the store. So it's interesting, if you are one of those people and you're listening, like, it'd be interesting to know where that bottleneck's been and why you haven't published. It might just be that you signed up for, I'll go and get some images, and then your dinner was ready and you thought, well, come back and do it later, and you haven't gotten around to it. Or
it might just be the case that you didn't realise that you've got to hit publish, and we just want to make sure that we're telling you that so you can start selling your photography prints.
Yeah, I'm guessing that most people would know, but yeah, it might not be clear. But yeah, you've got to do the Stripe sign up before you can publish, which is
What is Stripe, Luke?
Well,
Is that a payment platform?
yeah, so it's just, that's how you can accept payments. You can't publish your gallery without signing up for Stripe, because otherwise, if you sold a print, there would be nowhere for the money to go. It's a bit annoying that you have to go through that process, but it is what it is.
Once it's done, it's done. You don't have to worry about it ever again.
You've got to have a way of receiving the money. Like, so it is what it is. There's no other way around it. But
I think we see that as a good thing, though, that we've managed to build the front platform and make it as easy as possible for you to get paid for what you sell. And we're really proud of how we've done that.
Yeah, it's still pretty simple to sign up and get publishing. You can do it all in under an hour, let's say, if you've got your images. I mean, not even that long, but it might take you a bit of time to get your images. One thing that we really want to implement, but it's actually quite tricky, is moving your images around once you've uploaded them.
So you can make your gallery look as however you want it to look.
At the moment, they appear in the order that they've been uploaded. So it is worth bearing that in mind, that if you want, the image right on the top left corner, to be this specific image, make sure you get them in the order and upload them in the order that you want them to appear. There's nothing to stop you from going, that image that's currently number 7, I actually want that to be at the top. You could delete it and re-upload it. Don't do that too much, because that will use up loads of memory on us.
That we're paying for.
But that is a way around it. But it will come, definitely, that feature of being able to move things around. But every time we've built this from scratch, it's completely bespoke. There's no plugins. It's all our own build. So every time we want to do something, we have to sit down and work out how we're going to build it, and actually then make the thing. So we can only do one thing at a time, really.
Yeah, and it's quite funny because me and Luke get these ideas, and then Brendan, our kind of web developer, the one that we'll flash a photo up here, which you won't do, we just assume that he can do everything in 5-10 minutes, which isn't always the case. So all the ideas and the feedback that we've been getting from you guys on Instagram or via email, whatever it might be, we really are listening to that, and hopefully you've all got replies, and thank you. Keep that feedback coming, keep the questions coming, and we'll continue to get back to you. And the things that are kind of easy little fixes that we'll kind of implement straight away. And then there's obviously things that we haven't thought of that you guys might have. So please give us that feedback, and we can see if it's something that we can do, and as quickly as possible, and we'll start implementing it.
We did have we had an email from somebody that I think replied to yesterday, came in over the weekend. That was just like, oh, have you thought about doing this? I'm having a bit of trouble with that. And it's something that we put up a reel about, I think this week, was ratios. Actual image upload size. What type of image? What does the resolution need to be, and that kind of thing. And we even said on there, if you're, I've got this image, but I don't know if it's good enough to print, email it to us. Send us like a big, don't compress it or anything. Email us the high res version of it, and we'll inspect it and let you know. Chances are, like, you'd be surprised what you can get out of an image. How large, you can print a half frame little, this whatever it is, like image from a half frame camera, pretty big, like way bigger than what we're currently selling.
It leads us on to the kind of print sizes and ratios, I guess, doesn't it? Because that's kind of been our top question, I'd say. There's been two main requests.
Two main, it's print sizes is something we're going to keep adding more. And we're going to keep, and you'll be able to set different prices for those different print sizes. And then obviously not everything is a 3:2 ratio. So at the moment we're only selling 12:8, which was a conscious decision to be like, we're really limiting ourselves to just the basics, so we can't, like, nothing can go wrong, basically. At this early stage,
so new, we're just testing the waters, making sure all the operations go through smoothly, and they are, to be fair, aren't they? For the most part, everything's going well. Everything's going well.
Every variable adds in a new.
Something could go wrong.
Basically. So we'll be at, we know people shoot square, we know people shoot 5:4, we know people shoot, maybe like wide screen, like images, and they want to be able to sell different sizes. So we will add different ratios in, different print sizes, and we will, you'd be able to say, I only want to sell this image as a 10:8 because it was taken on, might even been taken on 10:8 large format or something like that, but or it was taken on a regular digital camera, but I want to be able to actually, I prefer that 5:4 ratio, so you're cropping your images down slightly, whatever it might be. We'll let you have that choice, and hopefully that won't be too long.
No, we're working on it now. These aren't things that we're like, oh, okay, we'll put that on the back burner. These are things that we're actively working on right now.
But the number one thing from our side and from what people have been asking for is a discovery page. So we're building an explore page, which again is going to be like iterative in what it can do. So initially it will be a page that you go onto it and it shows you a random selection of images that you can buy, and as you scroll down it's just going to keep loading and keep loading, and as we mentioned earlier, got about 800 images on there at the moment. It will just eventually load all of those 800 images. So you can, that's the most basic version.
And the reason we're doing this as well is because this is a short, quick thing that we can put in place whilst we build our dream vision, which is a fully operating explore/search bar. Is that fair to say?
But I mean, what we've got a plan that's going to take about 6 months to implement. That will be like really interesting. We don't want to say too much about it, but it's going to have some cool features on it. But what we can do now is be like, here's everything that's on front on a page. Then we'll add filtering into it, and then we'll probably add you'll be able to search by tag or by name, and that it will just be iterative. If you're watching this, or you're already signed up to front, if you most likely, but you're in like such early days. You're really seeing this at the, you know, like bare bones version of what we're doing.
Version 1.1.
And that's it. I think it's versions
0.1.
Yeah. It's exciting time to like, you're telling us what you want it to be. And we think we know because we are part of the whole like photography community, but there's other people who are always going to think of stuff that we don't think of. Or have different opinions. So we want that feedback, like good or bad, on, you know, whether it's you know, what we're doing is the right thing for the whole community, but definitely explore what's on there. I went and got my haircut at the weekend, and my hairdresser was like, "Saw you launch that thing, went on there to buy a print. How do I do it? How do I do that?" And I'm like, it's not really. Yeah, it will be there. Yeah, it will be there.
So that's our number one question. Obviously, we want to be able to provide that. We want you to be able to search for your favourite photographers or a location or a tag, and be able to support it, buy a print from that. But we didn't. I guess if we're honest with ourselves, we didn't think we'd really make any sales when we launched version 0.1. For us, it was more about getting the platform ready for you photographers to sell your prints once the website developed. The fact that we've got people reaching out to us multiple times a day asking us, where can I buy this person's print, or where can I search, or, you know, that kind of thing is amazing. But remember, the only people that we have that kind of know about Front at the moment is you guys. You know, you've been following us, you've been supporting us and waiting for us to kind of launch. But just bear in mind, or be patient with us, that it is in its early stages. There's lots more features that are going to be added, and we are listening to you. We are listening to the feedback we're getting, and we're working on it. Unfortunately, things just take time. But no, I don't even want to say unfortunately. It's awesome that you're in where you are, and it's only going to grow.
We could have waited another 6 months to launch it with more features, but what's the point? We hoped we'd get orders when we first started.
Oh yeah, of course. But it's awesome that we have. Like, we haven't really announced anything yet, but you've been selling prints, which is amazing. Do you know what I mean? And we've been physically printing them out, hand checking them, packaging them into the boxes, getting ready to send out. I think you put in an order.
Oh yeah. So we've got a load, and basically every Monday we're looking at what's been ordered up until that point, and then we're getting them all ready for print. So that's basically, they should all be printed by. I think I'm going to be packaging stuff up for sending out probably Thursday.
But we've already had orders go out. You know, hopefully, if you've bought one, you've now received it in the post. We've had a few people message out saying they've received their orders. Which is awesome. And we were happy to report that they got sent out a little bit quicker than we were hoping.
They
arrived doing their good job.
Day, didn't they?
Yeah, on a Sunday of all times as well. I think it was as well.
But just touching on that, I think it's worth looking at, worth talking about how you can promote yourselves, because obviously we're talking about an explore page. We're talking about it's a big thing that we're going to be doing, sharing people's work on Instagram. You know, said that weirdly, didn't I? Sharing people's work on the homepage of the website, having this explore page. But there are a few accounts that are sharing it almost daily on Instagram, and our top viewed page
on Instagram, where you can only see it on Instagram.
Well, we're not looking everywhere, but our top viewed page or person's profile has had double the amount of views of the second most viewed page, and that's because we see them sharing it daily. And so at the moment it's like it's really just keep posting about it on Instagram. Make sure it's in your profile.
Not just Instagram, everywhere though. We obviously we go on Instagram. That's where we're kind of getting your messages and so on and so forth.
But tell your auntie about it. So tell your mum so she can buy your auntie and your uncle. And
Christmas coming up.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They get it a nice little box. They get a zine. They get some stickers. Extra print if we've got some left.
But at the moment, once you've created your front gallery, it's down to you guys to be sharing that publicly, however you do that, on whatever platform it might be, Facebook, Instagram. What was that one that we had the other day?
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky. We'd never even heard it. Well, I'd never heard of Blue Sky. So it's awesome for us to kind of be sitting here going, wow, there's people in the world that are talking about selling their photography on the front platform. But if you tag us, share us, whatever, share with us, collaborate with us, we'll accept it. We'll start sharing. We will help you guys. We will support you guys where we can. With our little community that we've managed to build up, you know, yourself including this, if you're listening to this or watching this. So yeah, continue to do that, continue to share and shout about it, and we'll help you kind of share that as well until we have a fully functioning kind of explore and search category on the platform.
Yeah, ultimately we want it to look like a stock photo website, not in the most positive sense of that word. We don't want the artwork on there to look like stock photos, but we want the functionality to be like, you go on to Unsplash or something like that, the first thing you see isn't how to sign up for Unsplash. It's here's loads and loads of really cool images we've got.
Yeah.
And we want it to be, as soon as you go on there, it's like you're shown, here's this, here's that, here's some, you know, and automating that kind of thing is quite tricky. But there you go.
And also it's a sense of, you know, it, like we've always said, and we touch on it, Front is a platform for you to sell your best work, right? This is artwork that you're selling. So if someone goes, oh, you know, I need a new print up on my wall. Well, I'm not going to go to a Superstore or Tesco Express or whatever it might be. I'm going to support an artist and I'm going to buy some of their artwork. So as Front grows and more sizes become available, you'll be able to pick these things. But for now, keep sharing your galleries, wherever that might be. Tag us if you can, and we'll do the same.
Should we talk about Pro very briefly? So
people might not even know what that is.
When we first come up with this idea for Front decades ago, we wanted to do a Pro version of it, so you could use it for free or you could pay to use it, and there would be extra features that come along with that.
Let's just touch on that while we're at that subject. Remember, at the moment, Front is a free thing for you to do. Like, we only take money from what you actually sell. Yeah, so
never sell.
It's free to onboard. It's free to create your own gallery. So when we talk about the Pro version, there'll be a free version and a Pro version down the line. But yeah.
So the Pro version would have certain features, like you'd get a lower commission fee.
That's the main one, isn't it?
So if you were selling a lot, you might go, do you know what? Actually, if I paid to use this service, I'm actually saving money in the long run. But we would have other features on there. So like things that some people have asked us that we are probably going to hold for a Pro version, because essentially it costs us more money on the bottom line to implement these things. So being able to upload more images, having like different collections is a big one.
Limited print runs.
So that's something that's really like, we want, you know, you can sell well, I'm only going to sell 20 copies of this print,
or 5 or 1 or whatever it might be.
Once that 20, you know, whatever number has been sold, it's sold out. But along with that, we'd like to offer a like certificate of authenticity, which is actually what somebody emailed about, along with a few other things over the weekend. So we would have a little, you know, certificate of authenticity that goes out, and that print would be received with that, with us handwriting, like, you know, 1 of 20, 2 of 20, or whatever it is that would go out with those things. So it'd be
which like you might think is backwards, like we're shooting ourselves in the feet to kind of offer this because we want to sell as many prints as possible, right? But we want to help you guys out.
But it's doing what the community wants.
Exactly, And, you know, me and Luke, like I said, we're 2 photographers as well. We like the idea of maybe selling a print one day and making it exclusive, 1 of 10, or, you know, whatever it might be. So
we haven't done this to go, oh, I've got this £1 million idea. Like, let's make this thing, and
we could have made £1 million a different way in the last 3.5 years, I'd say.
It's like we're doing it because it's going to be, it's just a cool thing to use that doesn't really exist. Like we said before, there are other platforms out there that you can go on already, and you can pay a few quid and you can sell your photos for £4, and you can upload 200 versions of the same image, but that photo is actually being sold for like 50 quid, and you're still only getting a few pounds for it, and it's not what we're about. It's not how we want to offer things.
And this is why you shouldn't undervalue your own work, and that's why we've got a minimum selling price at the moment of £20, but you know, it can go upwards to what you want. We sold a print today for £50, and from
65.
I think
£50 today. I know one sold yesterday for £65.
And it's not about the money. Obviously, we only make a small cut, but how awesome is that? How good does that photographer feel like right now to go, someone's valued my work enough to go, yep, I agree with that price point that you set.
Yeah.
And they bought it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's what we want.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, back to Pro though. There'll be lots of other features that you might not want, you might not need, which is fine. Just create the free version, which is what's currently available.
Yeah.
But yeah, down the line there will be a Pro version 2 front, which will have lots more features. And if they are suited to you, then the option's there for you, which is good. So yeah, stick with us, bear with us.
But also it's like a way of supporting what we're doing. If you commit, like, okay, let's, for sake of argument, say it's £10 a month to sign up for the Pro version.
Yeah.
To us, we're like, great, people are committed to supporting what we're doing by saying, yeah, I'm going to say I'll pay £10 a month to use this thing.
Yeah.
But it does come with a load of benefits.
Beneficial features,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We might offer it at a lower price from when we start out, because like 1 or 2 years down the line we'll have
way more features.
Yeah, we'll have way more features. So after the first year the price might go up, but Netflix put their prices up every month. Seemingly.
These are things we're just thinking about down the line, aren't we?
Yeah.
And we want to be transparent with you as well. So we want to be open and honest, and with everything we're doing behind the scenes that will help you and your front galleries in the future. Which is also why our prices are so transparent on the platform. There's no hidden costs. You are paying for a print plus postage.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
We were also like, just going to mention that we're doing a little bit of merch. We've sort of set up.
Not got my front t-shirt.
Yeah, just to do a little tester, we've set up so like a merch store. It's probably gonna, I've got to finish it off, so it's probably take about a year to finish or something. But I'm hoping in the next week or two we'll have this merch store live. It's got a couple of t-shirts and a mug and tote bag or something like that. Just to put it
favourite things,
Yeah, just to check it up and be like, okay, here's a little bit of stuff if you want to get a t-shirt with, it's actually going to have like one of our prints on it and stuff like that.
But they're things that will evolve and develop down the line as well, maybe with other products. But for now, it's just a cool way of going, I support you guys at front, I'll buy a t-shirt, why not?
So like one of the things I was thinking was like, if we were to pick every month a photo of the month, and for that next month you can buy that photo as part of our merch series, but that money, the profit goes back to that photographer.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
So
because we don't want to do it on. Front is never going to be a popularity contest. That's fair to say, isn't it? We don't want it to be, the seller of the month.
It wouldn't be like, oh, this is the top selling.
Yeah.
I hate that when it's like, here's, if you're promoting your stuff that is the best selling stuff, well, it's just exponential then, because more people are then seeing it and more people are buying it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you want to promote the stuff that's not,
we want to promote everyone
that's got really great like quality, but maybe not as many people are seeing it or something like that. So we might pick an image that we love and be.
Or we might get one of you guys to pick an image or pick a theme, or there's lots of different ways that front will develop. Especially with the community zine, this is one way of us giving back to you guys that we're going to still include with every single order, free of charge. Once all these have gone, the community zine number 2 will be out, and that will feature photos of you guys.
Well, I was going to say about that, because we should actually start saying to people, these are going to go quicker than you think. They might last a couple of months or whatever, but we want to start compiling issue 2. This one's only 8 pages, but we want to, I think the next one will be bigger.
Yeah.
So we just want to feature anybody's work in there who is using front. So essentially, I'd say even from now, if you're watching this, and obviously if you're watching this, if you're signed up, if you are watching this and you are signed up to front, then drop us an email with an image that you'd like to submit to the zine,
the community zine,
or just even actually send us a link to the image where it is on your profile.
Oh yeah,
don't email us the photo, because we've already got the high res version of it, and we'll pick I suppose our favourite. There'll be a good few in there.
I don't think there'll be hundreds of submissions, because not thousands and thousands of people. Well, I think there'll be more than what we realise, because in all honesty, I was a bit worried about this, thinking, God, we've printed so many. Like, are we gonna be sitting on them for 2-3 years? But no, like it's awesome that people are getting them and appreciating them. So yeah, that's another way to get involved. So we'll have some merch coming out and a shop coming out soon. These are all things that are currently going on right now that we're thinking of our heads. So
Well,
these aren't ideas that we're like, oh, okay, we'll look into that. These are things that we're currently building or working on at the moment.
Yeah, so we're building and working on. These are not ideas we've just randomly had while we're talking.
But we have started the process of actually featuring them on the website.
Yeah. A lot of this stuff we've done it, we've built it. It's there, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
I've got to go to the dentist. So is there anything?
What do you guys want to see? If there's anything you guys want to see, or you've got any feedback to us, please do share it with us. Drop us a message on Instagram, drop a comment, send us an email, whatever it is. If you've got our number, give us a call. We don't mind. Luke's number is 07. But yeah, we want to hear feedback. We want to know ways that we can help you guys out to sell your photography prints. But stay tuned. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. Follow us here on YouTube. Or wherever this video is going to be. Might be on Instagram.
Well, it'll be audio, Spotify, wherever.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube anyway.
Hopefully the audio quality is a little bit better today because we've got fancy microphones.
I keep sniffing at the moment. I've just got a cold, so it might just be detailed
HD audio if you sniffing.
Anyway, we're rambling on. It's nearly 2:30 and Luke's got the dentist. 2:30?
Oh, yeah.
It is. Isn't your dentist appointment at 2:30?
It actually is.
Bye.